So, Wake Up Dead Man is the newest film in the Knives Out franchise. I am a Knives Out fan. I think the first film is a near perfect movie. Just like the structure of the film is so unique. You know, with the film seemingly giving you the answer to the mystery at the beginning, only to then reveal something else entirely at the end. It's just so different. On top of that, there is a strong emotional core to it, and the film doesn't work without the lead performance of Ana de Armas as Marta. In fact, her character and the stakes involved with her are arguably more relevant today than they were in 2019 when the film released. I also thoroughly enjoyed Glass Onion. I do think it lacks the emotional core of the first film, but it does retain a very fun vibe and the cast is all outstanding. So, needless to say, I was very much looking forward to Wake Up Dead Man, and guys, it's so good. It's so fucking good. I would actually say it's on par with the first one, and possibly even better. This film once again reunites us with Daniel Craig's Benoit Blanc, who teams up with a young priest played by Josh O'Connor to solve a seemingly impossible murder. And that's all I'll say about the plot, because this one, much like the first two films, they play so much better when you know very little about the actual narrative. So I'm gonna leave the plot stuff, I'm gonna leave it there. That's all I'll say about that. Now, it does feel quite different from the first two films. This one is a lot darker and has a much slower pace to it. This film still holds a lot of humor, but it also has a lot more quiet moments. This, more so than the other films, feels like it takes place in a real world. You just buy into every character, their dynamics, all of it. Structurally, it does play more in line like a traditional murder mystery, and also like a typical 3-act film, with the first half hour dedicated to this new cast without Benoit Blanc. However, that is not a bad thing. If anything, that is a major strength of the film. The movie from the get-go is telling you that this is going to be a more character-driven piece, at least way more than any of the other films. This film is also the longest of the three, being just over 2 hours, and it is paced perfectly. This film moves. I can't think of a single scene that you can cut. Just like the other films, it is a tight script. And my god, Josh O'Connor. I have not seen many films starring Mr. Josh O'Connor. I've only watched him in Challengers last year, which he was amazing in. And he is outstanding here. Just really grounding the character in a real way that we haven't seen in these films before. He is just operating off of love, but there's also a deep pain and sadness behind him. You're captivated by this performance. He is so good. And he also plays off of Daniel Craig so well. This is such a grounded performance, and you know, Daniel Craig is doing his theatrical southern drawl. It's this clashing of styles that ultimately makes it work. Even if you don't fully buy their friendship, which you will, at the very least, you'll find their dynamic interesting. This is easily my favorite pairing of the three films so far. I honestly wish that they would just keep Josh O'Connor around for the next few films going forward. He is that good. The rest of the cast are all outstanding. I mean, with a cast consisting of Glenn Close, Andrew Scott, Jeremy Renner, Cailee Spaeny, and Josh Brolin, you expect amazing performances, and you get them. I'm gonna choose not to single out like a favorite supporting cast member, because I don't want to spoil the film, but they are all really great and extremely memorable. I felt like the cast of Glass Onion was really over the top. That's not a bad thing. That works for that film. These guys are way more serious and feel more real, but the film presents these guys as mostly tragic figures, so the decision makes sense and works perfectly into getting you to care about everyone, even the more evil, nefarious members of the cast. Visually, this film looks incredible. Revelations and characters, forming ideas are often accompanied by a blinding light. Darker, more tense moments use heavy shadows, and the color red really stands out to help signify objects of greed or evil. This film deals with religious topics and ideas. It's not hard to see why these visuals would stand out so much. A complaint I've heard online is that the film doesn't give the supporting cast a lot to do, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. The script on paper does not give a lot of these characters a lot of things to do narratively. On paper, they mostly act as suspects and not much else. Characters to be suspicious of, which the film does a great job at. Each of these guys have a good reason to be the perpetrator, and this is the first time in one of these movies I struggled to figure out who did it. That's not necessarily a positive, just something that I noticed is that I had a hard time figuring this one out before, the characters did. I was so sure I figured it out early on, only to then start questioning myself just a few minutes later, and I just love that. But each of these characters do relate to the themes and the world of the film and what religion is used for today. This film deals a lot with the purpose of religion. Why should we have it? Do we deserve religion? But that being said, I don't think this is a film about religion. Yes, it does, touch on the modern day version of Christianity and how it is being used in, today's landscape. But ultimately, it is a film about being a person and the power of empathy in a world that is so full of hatred and anger, which culminates in a satisfying emotional finale that restores your faith in the world. I cannot wait to watch this again. This is just, it's so good. It is so wonderful. Please never stop making these movies, and please, Netflix, you fucking assholes, please give these films a wider release, and please, if you go through with this WB deal, please continue to put movies in theaters. You fucks. Please do that. These films play so well in a theater. I saw this in a nearly packed showing. That tells you that people want to see these movies with a crowd. God damn it. Now it's just getting me mad. Now I'm just upset. But yeah, please, when this film drops on Netflix, go watch it. If it's playing in a theater near you, drop what you're doing, go watch it. You're going to have a great time. I can guarantee it.